So, just come out to the motorhome. Haven't been out here for a few days. Just come out here to put the heating on, warm it through a little bit, and also at the moment we've got this storm passing through. It's pretty windy outside, and I'll come out here to check really that nothing's gone missing and that also nothing's getting in. So just make sure that the skylights are still in place and haven't gone off in the wind, and also making sure no rain's getting in, it's not wet, and all looks good. I'm also going to do a quick update about where we've been in the motorhome. I've done one video and put it on YouTube of us when we've been out and about, but we have been out and about in it a lot more than we've shown, and we've had it a month now, so just thought we'd run through what we've done and where we've been and how things are going. So where have we been? The first weekend that we had the motorhome, on the Friday, we popped up to Woking and stayed at my mate's place. Obviously it's a private residence, so I didn't take the camera or do any filming there because I didn't want to invade their privacy. Parked on their driveway, got a big driveway, so nice and flat and hooked up to the electric, so we didn't have any issues really with heating or with power, and spent a nice evening with them. Went out and then obviously kept in the motorhome. Gotta say, bed is very, very comfortable. And then the video that I put on was we just took the motorhome out for a run, and went up towards Basingstoke. Put the drone up, got some footage. We sat, had a cup of coffee and then come back just so that the motorhome had done a run. And then last weekend we went to Warminster to a private party. Again, couldn't do any videoing because where we were actually parked up was a secure site, so there was no video in there. But gotta say, that time we were off grid because we weren't hooked up to any electric, so we were using gas and the ledger batteries. So that was the first time, so I was very, very careful what we'd done. When we got there, put the fridge onto the gas, and while we were out, so it kept things cool. But when we got back, because I wanted to reserve the gas, I turned it off because I knew that what we had in the fridge wasn't going to go off through the night, with the door shut, keeping it cool. And then we had showers in the morning, put the heating on in the morning as well. Everything was fine. Wife wasn't moaning, so it must be pretty good. Shower's not overly powerful, but then I'm not expecting it to be in the motorhome. I have looked at ways of trying to maybe upgrade the pumping system, but we'll have to have a look at that later. But so far so good. As I said, bed is really, really comfortable, and heating works well. It gets warm quite quickly in here, and yeah, quite happy with it. Driving wise, drives really, really well. Admittedly, when we drove out on it last weekend, out towards Warminster on the back roads, lighting's not overly brilliant, not overly bright, so it's, but then that might be my eyesight because I'm getting old. Bit difficult to see, but yeah, drives nice, love it. All I've got to say, if anyone's out there thinking about buying a motorhome, do it, you know. Plans for us: Scotland in June next year and Portugal, Spain in September next year, so that's our plans already. And obviously in between that, who knows where we go, but we're looking to go other places as well. So yeah, so far so good. So a few other things that I needed to do to the motorhome, and that was when we first got it home, I flushed the fresh water tank through, which took basically a day to do carefully, because obviously I didn't really know what I was doing to start off with, but happy that I do now. And then I've also flushed through the wastewater tank, so that now we know that it's clean and we're happy with it. And once we got back last weekend, I emptied out the water throughout the whole of the system, because obviously we were expecting this freeze this week, So literally everything's emptied out, emptied the boiler out, emptied all the water pipes out, taps are all turned on so that the water can run out if there's any in there and any air that can get through. There's no water whatsoever in the freshwater tank, and also the wastewater tank's empty as well to stop any freezing. So generally if we need to go, if we're going to go anywhere and we need water, I'll just put in what we need before we go away, and then empty it again when we come home. So yeah, it's not hard maintenance to do. The only problem being is the wastewater, and I know I haven't done a video of the outside, which I did say I was going to do, but again I'm not going to do it today, so you won't even hear me with the wind that's blowing around outside. But on one side you've got the wastewater outlet, which you can literally bend down and just turn on from the side of the van. The freshwater one, you've got to actually get underneath the van and slide round by the back axle and get round by the inside of the back wheel to be able to turn the tap on. So that's something that I might look at some point, is actually putting an extension on there and another tap further down, which I can actually reach from the side of the van, so I don't have to get underneath it all the time. Because when you get underneath it, it's great because it's all dry, but obviously once you've let it all out and you've got to get back underneath there to turn the tap back off, everything's soaking wet, so you get soaking wet. So yeah, it's something I might have a look at to do for myself, but they can wait till the summer, I think, to do that. So yeah, that's done. Other thing is cleaning the toilet out. So yeah, when we first got it here, I took the toilet out and cleaned it all through to make sure that it was all hunky-dory. Don't think it had really been used, but we probably will look to buy a new cassette for ourselves. So it's brand new, but since we've been out on it, we've been twice. I've had to clean it out twice. It's not that hard a job. It isn't that bad either. You know, I've done worse things in life than having to call out, clean out a toilet. It's just full of mine and the wife's muck. But it ain't hard, and chopping it up and putting it all back in, really easy. So yeah, that ain't going to put me off going away and using the toilet and so on. So other things that have worked well is the TV and the Wi-Fi. Now the Wi-Fi is not that great, and at the moment we've got the SIM card in there that come with the actual Wi-Fi, the router, and with the package that we got, and it's a Smarty card, and it's not that great, but I've had other people say that EE cards are better. It's going to cost another £20 odd a month, but I'd rather we had good Wi-Fi connection wherever we go, or internet connection wherever we go. So we'll probably look to upgrade to that card or SIM card. But on both occasions when we've been away, we've managed to put the TV on, we've managed to be able to pick up the internet. So when we were up and woken, in case we weren't out in the sticks, but we were able to watch Netflix where the wife was when I was asleep. But the other week when we went up to towards Basingstoke, and I put my drone up. When I was doing that, the wife was sat in here watching again Netflix, and there's a little bit more out in the sticks there, so it was picking it up okay, and she was able to watch it. She wasn't moaning, so it must have been alright. So yeah, that seems to work okay. There's a few other things that we've bought as well, and I'm just going to show you those. So as I just mentioned about us having our TV and the TV being good, one thing that we did find is that TV was a bit tinny. So what I've done is I've gone on to Amazon and bought a soundbar. Cost me 30 quid. It's nothing brilliant, but it does the job. Rather than it being really tinny, we've got a little bit of bass into it now, so that's better. Something else that we've also bought is these things, Uniborn moisture absorber. I've actually bought two. We've got one at the front of the motorhome, and then we've got one in the back in the bathroom. It's basically sucking the moisture out of the air while it's parked around here at home, and they do work because they're not plug-in, they're not battery, they just got a block inside them, and they, as I said, suck the moisture out of the air. And so we've got that one there as well, and that one's been in a little bit longer and it's got a little more water in it, so they are working. and it doesn't feel damp in here, so yeah, they're pretty good, and they weren't expensive either. And as I said, this bed is really comfortable. But I've been on a website of a company that provides all the bits and pieces for Bailey. Basically, you can get anything you want for Bailey off this website. And the mattress that's on this bed, which is a memory foam mattress, costs £900. £900. So yeah, for £900 it wants to be bloody comfortable. Just saying. And as I just mentioned about this website, one thing that I did do well, the wife done it as well, the mattress was actually cut away there, so when you lift this bed up, which has got all the storage and that underneath it, it doesn't come in contact with them lights. Well, the wife put a cover over the mattress, and within the first day or two, like I said, I actually flushed the tanks out. When I lifted the bed up, I had the lights on like I've got on now, and that was left up for ages when I flushed the tank through, because as I said, it took nearly a day. The light got hot there, popped the fuse, and then blew the light. £50 for a new light. Lesson learned, won't be doing that again. And then something else I want to quickly catch up on and update you on. Just over the last 2 weeks ago, I uploaded 3 different videos onto YouTube. One of them being a new video that I'd done going out in the motorhome in autumn, showing the colours for the leaves on the trees. And then 2 others where I played around with stuff that I'd had through the summer and uploaded onto YouTube. And the reason why there was 3 videos very quickly in succession was because I'd had issues with the Cyberlink Director 365 editing program that I've been using. I'd had problems a few times before, but I just thought that it was going to sort itself out with the updates that they kept on doing, but it didn't. And effectively what I was doing was putting videos together, and then when I wanted to play them back before I actually rendered them and produced them, it wouldn't play back. And when I had kept on trying to save it, it wasn't saving either. So I then had to force a close down on the computer to then start again. So it's come quite frustrating. So I've done away with that. I'm not using it anymore. I'm now using Adobe Premiere Pro. It cost me £2 more a month, and already I've seen a better quality. There's a lot more to it, and at the moment all I've done is scratch the surface of what's available there and what I can do with this program. So another learning process for me, playing about with that and seeing how we go. And that's another reason for doing this video today, even though I know it's not been a really exciting one. It's not showing you a great deal, it's just me talking a lot, but I just want to see how this video comes out off of the phone, because obviously the other videos I've done has all been off of the drone. I want to see how the phone video compares and how that comes off on Premiere Pro. So yeah, that's another reason for doing this. I'm boring you all, but I'm sure you're happy. Right, so I think I'm going to wrap up here, leave the heating on there to keep it warm. It's still windy outside. I think I'm going to wrap that up there. Shoot indoors in the warm, even though it's warm in here, but my house ain't going to be rocking like this fan's rocking at the moment. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, folks, and speak to you all again soon.